Welcome back to Code with Petit Pois. In this tutorial, we're going to take this mindfulness wellness website made for developers, and we're going to turn it into a membership website. So we're going to be using Clerk for this. Clerk has really good documentation, especially for Astro. And what you're going to want to do is, after you create your project, we're going to install Clerk. Then you're going to want to create a .env file and follow basically the documentation here. In our Astro config, we want to copy all of this, so take a look. I've done that. I've added the node, Astro.js node. I've added the Clerk integration and the node adapter, making sure the output is server for this to work. And then next we want to add a middleware TS. So I've added that. It gives you the basic one here, but the one we're going to use is actually this one. This is the one that we're going to use because it imports the Clerk middleware and it also protects the route, because the route that we want to protect is our resources folder with all our resources in it. And we're also going to use now these components: signed in, signed out, user button, and we're going to follow what's written here. We're going to follow this model, and we're going to do that. So I have here site layout, and I've added a few things. So I've added, obviously the title is fine, and I've added the year here. I've installed Starwind UI. If you looked at my previous tutorials, it's very simple. It's kind of like Shadcn for Astro, and we're going to use button and dialogue in this example. So that's what we're using. So right now it's all bland, but we're going to basically change this navigation bar to show different links depending on whether we're logged in or we're logged out. If we're logged in, we're going to be able to go to the resources page, and if we're logged out, this stays just the home page. So this is very similar to what was in the Astro file here. So I've called it site layout. The other layout is still there. That's by default from Astro. And what we're doing, I've got a navigation here, and right now it's empty. And I'm going to uncomment. We're going to import. I'm importing signed in, signed out, user button, sign in button, sign out button from the Clerk Astro components. I'm just going to uncomment this out. And what's happening here is, if we're signed out, then we'll see a sign in button, and we'll see the logged out links. But if we're signed in, we'll see the logged in links. And we'll also have the user button and the sign out button. So here we go. So we've got the home and the sign in. Now I want to show you the dashboard that you're going to need to create. You create an application. I called ours a membership site. and when you create the application, you basically follow the guide here. We already obviously did npm install Astro, but you create a .env file, and you want to make sure that you've got this in your .env file, and everything else is what we said earlier. So once we've done all of that, as you can see here, you've got this subscriptions beta. Now it would say enable billing. I've already made one, so it doesn't say that, but that's what it was. And then you can go to configure and subscription plans, and it would again say enable billing, and you would add a plan. So you can add a plan, give it a name, and then add the features. So I want to show you the plan that I've made. The free plan is by default, but you can add a feature. So I've got 2 features here: limited curated articles, community link, and I can add a new feature. I can say all free resources. All the free resources that are free. Okay, so you can create this feature and save it, and edit feature, all free. I would say downloadable resource that are free to download. Say update feature, save. Okay, so as you can see here, we have a component that we can use, which is called pricing table, and also the user profile component as well will show everything that we've got here. Now in the free plan, if we take a look at the pro plan, sorry, we've got a price, a discount amount, and you make sure it's publicly available so that you can show it. And then again, I've got these features here. I can add another feature. Because I've got this new feature, I can add that, or you can create a completely different one. Apply features and save it. So there we go. So we've got a free plan and a pro plan, all linked up to our clerk backend, and we can even choose sign-in options. You can add a new connection here. You can look at sessions. You can do quite a lot from you can change the billing settings. So you have the pricing table, like I'm going to show you how to use that, and we're going to use the protect component as well. Okay, so you could obviously use it through Stripe Clerk, which adds an extra, I think it's 0.7%, yeah, 0.7% on top of the Stripe fee, or you can connect to your account. I'm just going to leave it as it is, and that's all that you need to do here on this side. So going back to our project, it'd be nice if we had the features right here. So all we'd have to do is make sure at the top here we import pricing table, the sign up button, the sign in button, and the signed out button. Sorry, signed in, signed out, and the sign up button on the pricing table. So this is just a simple header, and I've got here, if I'm signed out, I want the sign up button to show, and I want it to be, I want it to say join free, and I want it to be modal, so that it is a pop-up. But if I'm signed in, which basically means I don't need to join anymore, I want to go to the look at the prices. So if we say I want basically to follow the same pattern here. Okay, so if you take a look now, we're not signed in, so we've got this join free. But if I sign in, which we'll do in a moment, we will be able to, this will change to GoPro. So secondly, we want to add the pricing plan. So all we have to do, because we've imported pricing table from the Clerk Astro components, all we have to do is uncomment this out. And there we go. We have everything that we wrote inside our Clerk dashboard. Everything is here. Nice and quick, everything in free plus exclusive content. And we can subscribe. Because we're not signed in, we can even subscribe now. And finally, right at the bottom, we want another call to action. So we just add another sign up button here. And that should, I'm sorry, we should be able to see another sign up button at the bottom here. Okay. So now what we're going to do, I'm actually going to join. So I'm going to sign up. And I'll come back. So we're signed in, and now as you can see it says GoPro instead of join free because we're signed in, and it says that the free is now active. And now we have access to the resources page. So the resources, I'm going to go through that component. I have a file here called consts, which is under a lib folder. It just has an array of items with a title and description and whether it is pro or not. If it is pro, then obviously it'll be in the premium, etc. And then I've got a function that says get free content, and this is it just filters it whether it's pro or not. So that's that. And then I've got these two components. One is called free content, one is called pro, and obviously you can figure out what each one does. So this one gets the free content and it maps it out into a nice sort of card-like file, and we're just using placeholder.co for mapping that out. And the same with the free content is exactly the same, except it's taking the pro stuff. And on the page itself, the resources page, this is where we're going to use the protect component from Astro, Clerk, sorry. So obviously I'm importing all of those free content and pro content components, but now I'm going to show you how we can use this protect component. So I've got the free resources section, and here we have the protect. Now in the documentation, if we look at the protect component, if I can find it, you know, I'm just going to search protect. Okay, protect compose. There it is. This is what I want. So it can be based on a permission, or it can be based on a role, or it can be based on a plan. And we're going to use it to be based on a plan because we know the plan is pro. That's the pro. That's what we called it, and it has to obviously match what you call it here. And basically, what we're saying is, if the person who signed in has the pro plan, is on the pro plan, then we're showing all of this content. If they don't, we're using this as a fallback. So if they're not signed in, they don't have the, if they are signed in but they don't have the pro plan, we're giving them the option to upgrade, and that basically takes you back to the home page where they can subscribe to the pro plan. If they do have the pro plan, it's going to show the pro content, and that's it. So close all of that. And right now we've just got, I want to show you one more thing. I've just got a slug.astro file, which just, the only thing that changes is the, I actually just changed my mind on what I was going to call it, so control plus pause. I've just got the title and the slug name, and then a button to go back to the home page, or actually it should actually go back to the resources page. And it's just a generic, so all the pages will actually look exactly the same for now. Obviously this is just for an example. You could obviously this is not going to be in production, but it just gives you an idea of what you can do very simply and very quickly. You can have a full gated website. So here's the resources, and as you can see right now, I'm not pro, but I can upgrade to pro, and it will take me back to the place where is the plan, and now I can subscribe. And what's great, because this is in development mode, I can pay with a test card, and it says the payment was successful. And so I'm back on the home page, and I can switch if I want to. But if I go to resources now, I see all of them. I see the free and the premium. And if I click on my user button and manage my account, I've got a billing here, and I can see all the different, I can manage my billing. So that's, Clerk provides that, so it makes everything so much easier to manage. You don't have to manage that side of it, things, but that is the whole project, and it's very, very simple to replicate. I will have the public repo available for you to take a look, but that's everything, and that's how you can create a membership site using Astro and Clerk.